What's up, guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 2025 Kia Carnival SX Prestige. Up front is a 3.5-liter V6, and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Kia Carnival because this is a refreshed Carnival for the 2025 model year. I was at the Chicago Auto Show here in 2024 when they unveiled this refresh, and I think it's a really handsome looking vehicle, as well as I appreciate the fact that Kia is sticking with building a minivan, at least for the next couple of years. And so we're going to check out the new 2025 Carnival here today, see what I like, see what I dislike, and if it's a good purchase for your family. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And before we get on to anything else, huge thank you to Gerald Kia for letting me take out this Kia Carnival. If you would like to browse their inventory, it'll be found in the description below. But let's get back to that 3.5-liter V6. Well, it is a carryover from the pre-facelift of the Carnival, so it's not a new engine or drivetrain that you're going to have to figure out. However, I do appreciate the fact that they are still offering a V6 minivan, with a lot of vehicles switching to 4-cylinders or 4-cylinder turbos. I like Kia's commitment to sticking with that, especially for the low-end torque to get this vehicle moving. Similarly, I appreciate the fact that they don't use a CVT. They use the 8-speed automatic. This will hold up for towing and hauling a lot better than a CVT. It's going to have better longevity than the CVT, and so if you're buying this for your family, you don't have to worry if you're going to be stuck on the side of the road. Last but not least, the Carnival is front-wheel drive, and there is no current all-wheel drive Carnival offered. If you do want an all-wheel drive minivan, you can go over to Toyota with the Sienna. They offer all-wheel drive with an electric motor assisting, but no all-wheel drive here in the Carnival. How does it feel to drive the 2025 Carnival? Well, it doesn't drive any different than the outgoing Carnival, and so if you're looking to upgrade, no worries there. But it is a minivan experience, and what I mean by that is that the seating position is nice and can work with tons of different body types. Visibility out the front and sides is great. Throughout the rear is a little bit harder, but you do have a bunch of heads and headrests to look through, so that is a little bit challenging. The throttle isn't anything crazy. It's not this drag strip queen. However, it's easy and accessible for lots of different people, and that's what minivans should be. All right, we are out here on the test track, so we can do an acceleration test. I don't believe... Oh, I do have drive modes. We have a sport mode. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Besides chirping the front tires, it's more show than go. However, highway on-ramps, gonna be fine. Stoplights, gonna be fine. That's all it needs. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a completely digital gauge cluster that I really like. This is new for this year of Carnival, and I think Kia did a really good job of updating it, keeping it fresh, and keeping it not jumbled up, which is nice to see. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our voice commands, mode, volume, skip track, phone options, and favorite. And off to the right, we have our adaptive cruise control options, as well as our page icon to cycle through some stuff in the gauge cluster. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent, gauge dimmer switch, and traction control off. And moving on to the door, we have 2 levels of memory seats, power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. Moving into the center, we get a continuation of that gauge cluster screen. And of course, we do have like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And one nice thing that we have is the passenger view option. So you can come in here in the center screen and put a camera view of your kids up on the screen to keep an eye on them, monitor them, especially for little ones. This is a great feature to have to see if they're asleep, see if they're awake, see what's going on back there, kind of keep an eye on your kingdom while driving across the country. I love that Kia offers that, but that is also available on the Toyota Sienna and the Honda Odyssey around the same price point. Here's the backup camera in case you're curious. It does have a 360 top-down camera, and it has an outside view. So I guess it is kind of groundbreaking. It is kind of cool. You get this really special outside view. This car happens to be finished in white, so the vehicle on the screen matches it, but if you buy a blue one or red one, it will still be white here in the picture. Down below that infotainment screen, we have 2 climate control vents and hazard switch, and then we have our radio controls / climate controls. So Kia in their modern vehicles has been switching to using this method where the same buttons can be used either for the radio or for the climate controls. Now, I recently had a Kia EV6 press loan that I drove around for a week, and it had the same system, and so I got to try it out for an extended amount of time, and I hate this system. Almost every time I wanted to change the temperature, it was on radio, and every time I wanted to turn up the volume, it was on temperature. It just never really worked out how you want it to work out. And so it's really disheartening to see that Kia is starting to use this in more of their vehicles rather than less. It's not a deal breaker, it's not the end of the world, it's just something you have to get used to, and it's a little annoying. Down below, we do have USB-C outlets for charging and for the media, which I love that Kia gives you the option to either use it just for a charger or for the charger and the media. Wireless charger down below and some cubby space, and then moving up to the center console. Off to the left, we have the shifter, power parking brake, drive mode, and auto hold. Like I said, with that acceleration test, we do have different drive modes for Smart, Sport, Eco, and Normal. And then off to the right, we have cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test, but as we tested at the Chicago Auto Show here in 2024, it passes. The Kia Carnival is the newest vehicle to pass the big friggin' bottle test. Then we get an interesting row of buttons. So off to the left and right, we have our heated and ventilated seat options for the front 2 occupants. Heated steering wheel, parking assist, and camera button. You can toggle that on, take a look at your surroundings when driving slow or parked. Center console doesn't have a darn thing in it. And the seats are power, memory, heated and ventilated. Everything I would want out of a minivan at this price point, I get here in the Carnival, and that's really nice to see. In my time with the vehicle, I haven't had any aches or pains. It's been comfortable enough, and I think it'll be comfortable enough for you as well. However, speaking of seats, we have 2 more rows of seating, so let's go do some backseat reviews. All right, so we're in the second row of the all-new Kia Carnival, and a couple of things to note. First of all, right here is the camera that we were just talking about, and I'm watching myself up on the screen. We do have a wall outlet back here, 12-volt outlet, power folding seats, heated and ventilated second row seats. Ventilated second row seats, very hard to find. Even the $501,000 Rolls-Royce Spectre that I drove this year did not have rear ventilated seats. So impressive to see that. But the creme de la creme is that you get a second sunroof. So the second row occupants can actually enjoy their own sunroof. I'm just being beamed by a single strain of sunlight. But we also have our own climate controls up on the roof, which is all nice to see. Oh, so this actually has the VIP lounge seats. All right, how to use. So I have to slide the seat away from the door, so it actually gives me less of an aisle. I've never seen a minivan seat move left and right. Okay, push and hold the relaxation switch. Oh. Okay, how to use the leg rest. Oh, the leg rest comes up. All right, I don't have a whole lot of room to do this. Oh. All right, so if you want to be cool like me, this is probably very unflattering on camera. This has the VIP seats, VIP lounge seats. There we go. One touch, back up to normal position, and then I can move back out, and there we go. That's kind of a cool little feature. I like that. However, we do have a third row. It's what makes minivans so great, so let's hop back there. All right, so in the third row of the Carnival, it's not bad. This seat could be moved up a little bit, which would be nice. Headroom is okay. I'm 5'11", not a small guy. My head is starting to hit the ceiling, but if I kind of adjust myself, it doesn't. Even still, this third row is better than any other third row offered from the Kia company. Better than the Telluride, better than the Sorento. This is the best. And so if you want a Kia product with the best back seat or best third row, the Carnival is your pick. I'm a big guy. Most people in minivans are going to be carrying around kids or people smaller than me, so it's not really an issue. I do have USB-C outlets on either side as well. Very nice to see that, and overall, I like what I see. Let's hop out. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, around the back of the Kia Carnival, press and hold here on the key fob. There we go. And we do have some stowaway seats. Now, they're not stow and go because that is a Chrysler trademark, I believe, but you can fold the seats and they come down into this center area, which I really like. We also have a 12-volt outlet and a wall outlet off to the right over here. Very cool to see all of that. But other than that, nothing really too crazy. Fantastic rear cargo space, even with the seats up. That's what I love. You can have 6 people in here and still carry most, if not all, of your belongings. You could go to the beach, all of that stuff down here, or you can stow the seats into the back like that. So very, very cool to see all of that. Tons of storage options in the back of the Carnival SX Prestige. Come up here, one hit. And there you go. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I really like the refreshed look of the Kia Carnival. Like I said, this is new for 2025, and I think it does make it a lot more modern, and a lot more modern than its counterparts. The Honda Odyssey is going on several years that it's been out without a refresh, and the Toyota Sienna, same way. I want to say 2020 was when they updated the Sienna. And so walking around this looks like the freshest minivan, the most modern minivan, and that is really, really nice to see. I really like what Kia is doing. There is a slight caveat to that where Kia and Hyundai are moving so fast in terms of the looks that it's starting to date their products prematurely. However, for right now, this is hot and fresh, and I like that a lot. Here it is. However, with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the all-new Kia Carnival? Well, I really enjoy my time here with the Carnival. I think it does a lot of things really well. First of all, it looks good. It doesn't look like that blobby, boring minivan that your parents drove in the 90s. This is something that actually fits in with modern traffic, even though the minivan isn't a very modern idea. I really like the digital dashboard, how it sort of continues on with the infotainment system. I like the heated and ventilated seats. And the ergonomics of the interior just work well, and that is a big, big deal when it comes to the minivans. Minivans are kind of mobile homes in a way. You're going to be sitting in this while your kids are freezing out at soccer practice, and you're going to have your heated seat on. You're going to have to take this to midnight recitals and plays and vacation, work, school, any scenario the minivan has to deliver, and I feel as though the Carnival will. But most importantly, I'm just very happy to see that Kia is still producing a minivan. Throughout the 2000s and 2010s, we saw an absolute decimation of the minivan. But minivans are some of the best cars you can buy. Because they are built for families, they work for families very, very well. I get it, the new SUVs, crossovers are very enticing, but I truly believe that if you have more than 2 kids, or even if you have right at 2 kids, the minivan is the best way to go. They're lower to the ground than an SUV, so getting kids in and out is going to be a lot easier. The seats fold easier. Getting into the 3rd row is easier. There's more cargo space. There's little cargo bins everywhere you look. You have that family cam, which I have yet to see on an SUV. And now Kia has made it look good. I really, truly believe you cannot go wrong with this new Kia Carnival. Just wish they didn't do that dumb radio temperature thing. Either way, huge thank you to Gerald Kia in Naperville for letting me take out their brand new Carnival. It's so exciting to see these on lots finally after witnessing the unveiling. Gerald Kia in Naperville, we've been working together for a very long time. They are wonderful. They offer fantastic warranties as well. They're one of the best in the Chicagoland area, and I cannot thank them enough. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.